Hello everyone and welcome. I've done reviews of several electric screwdrivers over the years. I've tested full-size screwdrivers and precision electric screwdrivers, but one problem that they all have is that they're all oriented towards doing just one job. Well, today we're going to take a look at a new electric screwdriver that I found that can handle several different jobs with just one tool. You see, most other electric screwdrivers are made to handle either big projects or small projects, but not both. This means that you need to buy two different electric screwdrivers depending on the size of the project that you want to tackle. Well, this new electric screwdriver that I found is a dual-purpose electric screwdriver. It can handle both big jobs and small precision jobs all in one. So you no longer need to buy two different electric screwdrivers or switch tools depending on the type of project that you want to do. Can it really handle big jobs and small jobs with just one tool? I don't know. But in this video, we're going to test this guy out and find out and see if it can handle everything. So if you've been looking for a good quality electric screwdriver but didn't know which one to get, then stick around as I unbox and test this puppy. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has, but before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you save even more money. Alright then, so this is the 2-in-1 Precision Electric Screwdriver from Hanboost, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this kit retails for $59. The dimensions on this guy are 7 inches by 1 inch by 1 inch. The weight on this guy is just a few ounces. So what do you get included when you open this guy? Well, you get the electric screwdriver itself, you get a manual screwdriver as well, you get a USB cable to power this guy up, it is battery operated, you get a lanyard, and you get a magnetizer, and you get about 30 different bits inside this case that I'll show you in a little bit. So this is an adaptive screwdriver that can handle both H6.3 or 25mm and H4.0 or 28mm bits without having to change the heads. It has 2 slots built into the head, and I'll show you in a moment, so it can easily accept both sizes of bits without making any alterations. This screwdriver has 4 torque gears to serve different purposes. First gear is from 0.19 to 0.30 Newton meters, and it runs at 130 to 135 RPMs. Second gear is from 0.45 to 0.58 Newton meters, and it runs at 140 to 145 RPMs. Third gear is 0.65 to 0.75 Newton meters, and it runs at 154 to 158 RPMs. And fourth gear is 0.76 to 1.0 Newton meters, and it runs at 163 to 165 RPMs. And all this information is listed right on the tip there, so you can easily adjust to whatever you want to do, and I'll show you that in just a moment. This unit also has a built-in light, so you can see much better when you're using it as a screwdriver, but it can also be used as a flashlight whenever you need it. The light output ranges from 300 to 1600 lux or lumens. It also has a strobe and SOS mode. So the output on this light when you're using it as a screwdriver will range anywhere from 310 to 350 lux or lumens. The flashlight will be anywhere from 1500 to 1600 lux or lumens. So you have a choice how you want to use it. This screwdriver is powered up by a 1500 milliamp hour rechargeable battery that is easily replaceable, so it can be changed out if it ever goes bad, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. The runtime on this screwdriver is anywhere from 60 to 80 minutes on one charge. So this screwdriver looks like a very nice tool to have on hand since it can handle the job of 2 different types of screwdrivers in just one unit. This one screwdriver can save you on cost and clutter, having to have several different tools to do what this one screwdriver can do. So let's take a little closer look at this guy, and then we'll do some testing and see if it lives up to what it promises. Alright guys, so let's take a little closer look at the screwdriver, but before we do that, let's take a look at the case. Let's start off looking at the case. There you go, there's a look at the case. Very interesting look to this case, and it's pretty tough plastic, so everything will be stored away nice and safe in there. And when you open it up, there you go, there's a slot for everything, and instead of being printed, everything is molded right into the foam. That's where the screwdriver goes, and it tells you right there, the power cable, the lanyard, the magnetizer, and all the bits. And all the bits are labeled. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but everything is labeled, right, molded into the foam as to what everything is. And I guess if you have some extra bits, you can always put them in these empty spaces. So it gives you room for extra storage if you have more bits. Now over here on this side, there you go, gear reference values. So it has right there molded into it. You can feel it. I can feel it with my finger. Molded right into it what all the gears are and what it's suggested to use it for and what the Newton meters, the speed, all that kind of stuff tells you everything about them. So if you are ever in doubt, you can just check this out and it'll tell you right there what everything is for and what gear you should use for the repair that you're doing. Now let's look at the screwdriver itself. And like I said, the screwdriver also has it. Let me show you right there. Let's start off on, let's see, you start off with lighting brightness. Tells you everything right there as far as the working state and all that. Then you move on to the gear reference. Tells you right there, first gear and what is suggested to use it for. So if you're ever starting a project and you go, I wonder what gear I should use. Well, there you go. It tells you right there what each one is for. So no doubt, my friend, you can figure it out easily just looking at the reference that is built right into the screwdriver itself, right into the tip of the screwdriver. Now, the screwdriver is obviously very easy to understand. You have your forward and reverse. That is your on-off right there. And right there on the screen, you see the gears. You can select the different gears, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And right there is telling you it's a screwdriver. If you press it and hold it, you switch over to flashlight. And right there, it shows you the battery capacity. And there's your flashlight right there. Let me turn this off. And you see, it's not too bad. That is a pretty strong flashlight. If you have this guy in your pocket and you don't have anything else available, there you go. It lights up everything very nicely. So it'll light up whatever it is you're doing as a flashlight. And then you hold it and you go back to screwdriver. Now, when you're using it as a screwdriver, it will light up, but it's going to be less. Like I said, it's like 300 lux or something. So it's not going to blind you, and it only stays on when you're holding it. So it's like 300 lux, 300 lumens. It's enough to get the job done. And back here is where you power this guy up. And this whole area, the white parts, they light up red when you're charging, and it'll be green when you're all done. So it's a quick charge, so it'll charge up pretty quickly. There you go right there. 5 volts, 900 milliamps. There you go. So, not bad. A nice little molded plastic foam right there so you can hold it more easily. There's the back of it, and that's what I told you previously. That's where the battery goes. See, it has a nice little lid right there. Unscrew the lid, pop it open, and you can take the battery out of there and replace it if it goes bad on you. So that's fairly convenient. That's not bad. And you see it turns off to conserve the battery. But you turn it back on, no problem, and you keep on going. Now, that's just the electric screwdriver itself. Let me show you since we're already looking at it. I don't know if you can see in there that basically you have 2 different heads. You have the bigger one on top and the smaller one in the back. And that's how you're able to put the bigger and the smaller bits in there without having to change anything. There's nothing to remove. This does not come off. You don't swap out anything. They all fit right in there. Here, let me show you. Like, here's a bigger bit, and it's magnetic too. You put that in there, and there you go. It's magnetic. It stays in there. It's not going anywhere. That's the bigger bit, okay? Now, let's get one of the tiny bits. Here's a tiny bit. See the difference? 2 different size bits. Now, the tiny one slips right in there. There you go. Fits right in there, no trouble at all. That's a smaller security bit type of thing, but it fits right in. Want to take it out? And like I said, it is magnetic. There's a little bit of drag to it when you're taking it out. You see, there's nothing that I need to change or force or whatever. It just slips right in, and you can use whatever bit you need. Need to change to another one? Bam, there you go. Swap to this one, and away you go. So it's pretty convenient in that respect. So that's not too bad at all. So the other things that you get with this is you get a handheld screwdriver, and it has a little ruler right there. So if you want to be able to use this like a precision screwdriver, like these guys here, if you don't have one of these guys and you want to have one, there it is. It's included in the kit. The good thing about these guys is that it's a precision screwdriver, and it has the rotating head on it back here. So it makes it easier, for you to do this kind of thing, where you can rotate things easily with one hand. That's what this guy does. You can just, rotate it conveniently like that. And this little guy up here spins freely, and you can put whatever bits you want in here. Now, this guy is only for precision use. So you have to use the precision bits with this guy. Goes right in there, and you're off and running. The big bits do not fit into this guy. Just a little bit too big. It's not meant for that. You could use it with the big guy, but not with this little guy. So this guy is only for handheld precision control if you want to have minuscule control over what you're doing and you don't want to use the power of that guy. Totally up to you. They include them both for whatever it is that you want to do. And over here, you have a magnetizer. So you basically take the bits if you want to, put it right in the middle of that, and it'll magnetize it for you. There you go. Just touch it on there, and it'll magnetize the bit for you. So that's very convenient. And that goes right in the kit right there. It just stays right in there. When you put it away, everything stays together, nice and convenient for you. So there you go. That's everything as far as that goes. Now let's do a little bit of testing with this guy, see what it can do. All right then, so let's take a look at taking some stuff apart and see how this little screwdriver works. Now I've selected a couple different things that I can show you right here easily in front of the camera. This little guy has some tiny precision screws in there. I'm getting right up next to the camera, as you can see. Those screws are tiny. They're in there a little bit deep, but the bit should be able to reach it. And this guy's also the same. A little bit bigger, but they're still small precision screws. I mean, I'm not going to get to the point of maybe like a cell phone or something, because those are so small, you probably can't even see them. And then these are like, a little bit bigger than medium, normal size screws right there. We'll swap out the bit and we'll change those out on the bit. So let's see on this guy right here. I put the precision Phillips screwdriver bit inside there and take this guy apart. And you can use this guy, it locks in place, so you can use it handheld if you want. For example, let me see. I'll show you, right there. I'm tightening it. You can loosen it up, or, you can tighten it by hand and use the screwdriver itself. As you see right there, look at how small that little screw is right there. That is tiny. It's the size of an ant. It is that small. See if I can put it back in there. Make sure I can get it in there, and then try to get this guy so I can tighten it up again. And there you go. You see I'm done. And you see the light actually helps out quite a bit. It really helps you to see what you're doing. So it works out very nicely, and it doesn't blind you. Okay, that's out, and we put it back. So there you go, and it stops. And like I said, it locks in place. I have some other screwdrivers that I've tested that they just keep spinning and spinning, and that's no good. That's very uncomfortable. So this guy here, these are more close to the surface. And let's get this guy out of there. This screw is a little bit bigger. Actually, I mean, it's not by much. It's a tiny bit bigger, but it's not by much. It's pretty darn small. So let's see, you get that in there. Also, let me line this guy up. And so there you go. Tighten it up by hand. That works out pretty good. Now, these guys, it won't work. That's just too small in there. It'll just slip on there. So take that guy out. Put a regular size Phillips in there. And there we go. Now, take this guy out of here. And there you go. That is your typical normal size screw that you're probably going to be using a screwdriver for. I would not call this a precision screw. That is your normal medium to large size screw. I mean, there are bigger, obviously, but this is a medium screw. And, it takes it out without any trouble at all. Then we can put it back in there. Line that puppy up. And there you go. Does the work as perfectly the way it's supposed to. And like I said, you want to take it out by hand without touching that, then you can use it as a regular screwdriver if you want to. and it works fine. Obviously, if you have a stuck screw, you can undo it by hand. And then the beauty of this is that it'll finish it up for you. There you go. Finish it up. Make it a whole lot quicker for you. And putting it back in, obviously, speeds up the job a whole lot for you. So there you go. Does that job very nicely. So different bits, different sizes, and it handles the job quite easily. So it did the job just fine. All right, guys, there you have it. A review and demonstration of a convenient and affordable cordless screwdriver. One tool to rule them all. I think this guy did a great job. One cordless electric screwdriver that can handle both large and small screws. It can help you deal with projects that have standard screws or precision screws by simply changing out the bits you need to use, but keeping the same screwdriver. Less clutter, less mess, and definitely less cost because you only need to buy one cordless screwdriver. Very convenient for the DIYers like myself that have to tackle all sorts of projects and you never know what size screws you're going to have to deal with. So there you have it, guys. Check out the links below for all the details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.